Yo, 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 it's your boy, back at it with another video. Here we go. Semen retention, semen retention, semen retention. Let's talk about semen retention. Semen retention has to be the best thing that's happened in my life. And it's not an exaggeration, it's total truth. It's the reason that I have accomplished so many of my goals that I've set out to accomplish. It's the reason that I've made a lot of people during quarantine have had dead times, as you call it, but it was probably the best year that I have ever lived in terms of success, wealth, and happiness. And that may sound very, very difficult to grasp to you, but at a time when everybody was depressed, I was literally living. I feel like it was a rebirth that happened, and the rebirth happened because of all the distractions from outside were gone. I had to stay inside, and I had to basically just understand the fact that the only person I can't get rid of is myself. So either we finna make this work, or we're gonna be miserable for the rest of our lives. So me and myself made an agreement that we would live a disciplined, a stoic, a life that's filled with energy, joy, and peace, you know? And the way to do that, it's not the full answer, don't get me wrong. Semen retention is not the full answer, but without semen retention, it's the first step into self-development, self-actualization. Without semen retention, you will not be able to, even if you do, it's not going to be as fulfilling. It's not going to be, you won't get the same results as you would if you had been on semen retention. So let's get into it. Number one is currently, like, the biggest physical thing that's happened is I've always been a skinny guy in my life, you know? I've always been just walking around with like 140 pounds, and that's like pretty, for my height, I'm like 5'10", it's pretty skinny. I've been working out for, I say, 4 or 5 years, and I just always had a hard time gaining mass, like putting on muscle, you know? But ever since semen retention and the consistency I've been doing, like giving to eating, is just insane. Like my lifts went up like crazy, and when I say crazy, like within, I'd say 6 months, I went from deadlifting 225 to 315, and I feel like that's pretty for reps too. For reps, like for 5 reps, squatting, my squat went from like a plate and a half to 2 plates. I mean, my squat has always been the weakest, and recently I just hit 2 plates, 215 on the bench, which has been a huge milestone for me. And I honestly don't think I've been able to do all of this, like, increase in lifts without the aggression that's in my fucking balls, you know? If I didn't have this aggression stored up in my balls, all this energy, I wouldn't be able to channel it into anywhere, into muscle. Like, right now I'm sitting at around 167 pounds, and that's on an empty stomach, man. That's big. That's like 25 pounds of, I mean, I wouldn't say all muscle, but I'd say damn near all muscle. So also I do boxing as well, and boxing, Muay Thai. I've been doing it consistently for since 2016, so around 4 or 5 years at the time this video is taken. So I feel like ever since the semen retention started, my fight IQ, I'd say, just to be able to remain cool under pressure whenever I'm sparring with people, and just I'm more aware, I'm more present in the moment. I'm not in my head like I always used to be. I could be like, hey, it's okay, and just boom, boom, like see the punches coming, just stay more cool under pressure. And this isn't just with boxing and Muay Thai and combat sports, but it's usually with social interactions too. I'm always like on my feet, you know, more witty, more funny, just popping jokes like that, like this, like being the life of the party. And that's really not who I was, I'd say. I mean, it was who I was, but I was more of the type of person to be in my head. if I wasn't like on drugs or on alcohol or on smoking weed, you know? If I was sober and I'd just be in my head, not just chilling in the corner at a party, waiting for people to come talk, you know? But that's not how it is now. It's like I'm the center of attention. People want to come talk to me. People go out of their way to come talk to me, to say what's up, to compliment my jacket that I'm wearing. And the female attraction that's been happening, like, girls just, it's all in the eyes, Chico, you know? The way that they hold eye contact with you is, it's creepy almost. Like, they just don't want to let that eye contact go. And being the masculine person you are on semen retention, you just have to just stare deep into their soul until they break the eye contact. So that's one tip that I'd give you guys that are on this journey of semen retention. Girls and even men will make very longer than usual eye contact with you. They'll hold it. They'll look at you, and you always have to look back. You know, you have to look back until they break the eye contact, and I'm telling you guys, that's a huge pro tip right there. Ever since semen retention, I'd say the crazy part is I have my own business, all right? I started my own business of selling online products during the start of quarantine. I started with masks, but it evolved into greater and better products. When I was like, what, almost 4 months into semen retention, in that just 30-day span of December, more money in a month than people make in a whole year. Do you guys understand that? It's completely mind-blowing to me, and I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised, because I had seen it up here that I was gonna make this much money. My high school senior quote is that I'm going to be a millionaire by the year 2022. So you just have, it's the law of attraction, man. The law of attraction is so great on semen retention. You just speak it into existence, and just believe it with all your gut. And the universe just unfolds so many opportunities. Everything just fits into place like a big puzzle, and the universe becomes your friend, you know? The universe becomes an ally. The universe, a higher power, Allah, God, whatever you want to call the higher power that you believe in, it becomes your friend. You realize that life isn't out to get you. You realize that whenever you start following the laws of nature, which is semen retention is our natural form to be. People 2,000 years ago were not busting nuts left and right. They weren't procreating with women every single night out of lust. No, they had to go out there and find food, get sun, run, find water, support themselves, survive. They weren't even thinking about the pleasures of life, man. And once you're on, once I'd say around after day 60 of semen retention, you start to be able to tap into a higher power, I'd say. Like, whatever you start to think just unfolds into reality. And it's very cool.
Holy crap.
So, law of attraction is extremely powerful. You think of someone and they just appear in front of you. You think of someone in a grocery store, you turn the aisle and they're just there. Just these synchronicities of the universe is extremely potent. And it just makes you say, wow, like, if this is my natural state and I never busted a nut in my 21 years of life, where would I be currently if I hadn't went into the pleasures, the depths of the depths of rock bottom? If I didn't partake in porn or alcohol or weed or partying or all this distractions, if I had never partaken in it, where would my life be? Are you the gazelle that only runs whenever there's a external factor, like a lion chasing it? Do you need external factors to motivate you like that gazelle? Do you? Or are you that lion that's hungry from the inside? He runs whenever he's hungry because he feels it from an inside. It's an internal source of motivation. He's just hungry and he goes and he gets his food. But the gazelle don't run. The gazelle don't run when there's no lion. Are you the gazelle? Are you the sheep? Are you the lion? So the next benefit would be, it's the go, go, go mindset, you know? It's the go, go, go mindset is basically the mindset you have whenever you want to crush every living thing that's standing in front of you and your goal, you know? You just want to go out there and strive through your goal, you know? You always want to improve. You always want to read. You always want to watch videos that will challenge the way of your thinking. You want to have relationships that are improving your conversational skills, your communication skills, your way of outlook into the world, your perspective onto the little things, the big things. You're seeking self-improvement in every aspect of your life. And whatever you guys say, without semen retention, you won't be this hungry. I have a theory. The reason it's like this, the reason we're always seeking some improvement in our lives, to be able to be the best version of ourselves, to always constantly change, to always constantly evolve to the best version that we could be, is if you have a source of pleasure at the end of the night where you just bust a nut, you know, just bust gallons of nuts, you know, during the day you won't push as hard. You just won't. You know in the back of your mind that when you go home you got some porn to watch. You got that huge dopamine spike, you know? And that dopamine spike is like no other. The dopamine spike of busting a nut to porn is greater than the dopamine spike of a heroin user. So just imagine the fucking rut that you're in if you're busting nuts every day. You're almost as addicted as you're more addicted than a heroin user, dude. All the successful people, they all lose everything that they've worked for because of their lack of control over their sexual energy. They don't think with their head. They don't think with this head. They think with the other head. And if you think with the other head, you will always go for instant gratification. And instant gratification will ruin you to the depths of the rock bottom, to the depths of the matrix, to the depths of your soul. It's not a good place to be. Hey, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you know this.